She's very caring, very funny. She always made sure we had what we needed and what we wanted as long as she could get it. She just always went above and beyond, very hard worker. You know, she used to go to sleep after me and wake up before me for work, like just very loving, always looking out.
She was a fighter, was a woman that, had 2 children, was divorced, working 3 jobs. So she set an example of what it was to work. She was a school teacher in Camden, New Jersey, and I'm from Wilmington, Delaware, so that's about a 45-minute drive one way. So she would drive in the morning to teach middle school, 8th grade, and then she would come in the afternoon and she would do bookkeeping for the city and the state of Wilmington, Delaware. And then she had cheerleading, and she was also a tutor at the area Boys and Girls Club. It was heart-wrenching. The first time, when she said she had it, I was a sophomore in college, and me and my mom spoke every day, and there was a couple days where I wasn't hearing from her, and so investigative like me, I'm calling my grandmother because that's the next person who basically helped run the family, and she gave me that pause and said, "Well, Michael, I got to tell you something," and I knew from there was something wrong.
Yeah, so it was Valentine's Day actually. Me and my sister were on FaceTime with her, and she was like, she was tiptoeing around it at first. I knew something was up. And then she finally said it, and it was just like unreal. Like you never think that type of thing can happen to your people or somebody that you know. The conversation went like blank, like nobody said anything for a really long time, and she knew for a minute. That's the type of lady my mom is, the type of woman she is. She didn't want to burden me with that.
Grandma basically sat me down and said, Mom has got cancer. And it was like, no, not my mom. She's like Superwoman. She's my Wonder Woman, my Linda Carter growing up in life. And went home, saw my mom, and it was crazy because the one thing, she had a wig on. My mom always had a full head of hair. She said, "Well, I got a wig on." I said, "Well, take it off, Mom." She goes, "No, because you're going to laugh." And she ended up taking it off, and I laughed. And she said, "I told you were going to laugh." And I said, "You know what, how about this?" So I go and I shave my head. And so, we're basically bald.
Just watching her just look different and feel like she felt, I kind of wanted to switch like lives with her. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to watch your mom go through that type thing, but she's a fighter. She's so strong, like so.
Well, it went in remission, and this was her second bout of it. Yeah. And so, the final bout was I was in my second year with the Philadelphia Eagles, 2005, and my mom was a big fan of the Philadelphia Eagles. She loved Donovan McNabb. So I was like, you know what, Mom? Let's go to the Pro Bowl. And then as we go to the Pro Bowl, she's taking pictures with all the Pro Bowl players, and then we get back, and cancer comes back. It was her time. Told my wife I wouldn't do this. Just saw her life deteriorate. She had put up with it 22 years, and she was tired. Tired. So she kind of just said, "Look, I've done all I could. I see my kids graduate from college. I see my son live out his dreams." And so she said she wasn't going to do any more treatment. The doctor said there was nothing more he could do. Of course, I threatened the doctor. But, he kind of said, "Mike, we've done everything." And then eventually, that November 10th, she ended up passing away with it. And lived with it for 22 years and kept it hidden for a while. Didn't tell me or my sister that she actually had breast cancer. So she kept working 3 jobs, like it was nothing, and provided for me and my sister. And was, like I said, a true example of what it meant to live out your dreams.
All right, June of this year, found out that my mom beat cancer. And it was such a relief, just a huge weight lifted off the whole family's shoulders. I just admire her so much. She went right into it head first. She knew it was gonna be a fight, and she told everybody up front that it wasn't gonna get her, and for sure it didn't. So
recruiting Andrew early, you could see the bond between him and his mom and his sisters. I remember him telling me, and it was, it was almost like, geez, God put me in this position for a reason, And I always kid my players like, hey, Coach Reed didn't get in this position just by accident, Most of the things that you guys are going through or will go through, Coach Reed has been through.
So when he found out my mother had it, it was just like, he didn't make it a big deal. And I really appreciated that, because I hated even telling people, because the more people I told, the realer it was. I love him. I thank him for that, not making it a whole big thing and just, bro, she's gonna be good. She's gonna fight it. I
know what it felt like to be in that situation. One, you don't want a whole lot of attention. You don't want the sympathy from other people, But in the end run, you still want to know that somebody's standing there with you, that you're not alone. You're going through this, with someone who loves you. And that's what I could provide for him. I mean, just the stories of hope, of continual prayer, for him, knowing that he knew that his coach was praying for him and with him. I think that provided some strength for him. And it's beautiful to see the bond that he's even recreated with his mother, through this process, because it's made him stronger.
Just knowing if my mom can beat cancer and fight cancer like that, I know that in my journey, I can take that same approach, things that I'm battling, that I'm facing, and then I can fight it the same way.
One, I never wanted to be a teacher, never. That was straight out of the ordinary. So becoming a teacher was her. And to see the effect that she had on her students and just her co-workers, people in the community, was something that I loved. And that's why I coach. She was a blessing to me, so why not be a blessing to somebody else?
We have our ups and downs, but it's a beautiful thing where at the end of the day, we can say we love each other. We can have any type of conversation. We can talk to each other. We can let each other know how we feel.
Well, you gotta understand me. Love is not conditional for me. I'm gonna love you regardless. Good, bad, ugly, ups, downs, whatever it is. And he's a very infectious kid. He smiles, he's upbeat. When things could be going bad, you will never know, because he's jumping around, he's hugging. And that's what you love, because, if you can have one guy like that, give it to somebody else, then it makes the world a better place. Every opportunity you have in life is one that you need to enjoy, you need to relish, you need to enjoy the people that are around you. And it's taught you how to even love even more, and be unconditional when it comes to loving.
All right, for all the little people in the world that couldn't be here tonight, let's put on the show.
Like I said, my mom, she's a wonderful woman, strong, beautiful. She has great sense of style. She's the one that kind of puts my suits together. So, and she loves doing it, and it's just such a joy. When I'm stepping out on game day, that's her touch. So.
I'm living her dream too, because she would be here every weekend with her grandchildren if she could. So it's a good feeling, and I appreciate everything she did for me.